So, a little bit of an introduction. My name's Heather. I am an ice hockey coach, and I coach up in Sheffield. And the reason I'm doing this course is because I've been asked to be an instructor on the National Governing Body Programme. So I would actually run the courses for the learn to play, sort of the first level coach and the level 2 coach, which is a nationally recognised, internationally recognised qualification. And I'll be the first one to do so. First of all, has anyone been to an ice hockey game before?
Yes.
I know you.
Lots and lots.
Right, so the old age thing of the offside rule is what I'm going to discuss today. So, does everyone know what the one in football is?
Yeah.
It's totally different. There we go. Right, so if you've never been to an ice hockey game?
I actually have. I went to see the local team, MK Lightning,
Right.
A year or so ago.
Okay, well the captain of that team is actually one of my players that I actually coached at junior. So it makes me feel very old to know that he's having a testimonial game this year. Right, so you'll recognise the layout of an ice rink. This is my coaching board that I use for the sessions, so I thought I would use it as a tool today. So, on the layout, we have a centre line, which is marked in red. We have 2 blue lines, and then we have goal lines. What I'm going to talk about is linesmen. We have 2 linesmen on a game, normally, and they control basically the blue lines, any infringements that happen on the blue line. That is basically 2 infringements that they'll stop the player for. And so you have an understanding, we're going to talk about the zones. So, you've got a diagram in front of you at the rink. We talk about 3 zones in ice hockey. So, we're going to look at the direction of play. I think I've put it this way.
Yeah.
So starting from the back, this is where your goalkeeper would be. So what end do you think this might be? Defensive. Right, so if you want to put that, if you want to make a note of that on your sheet, just makes it next bit easier. This bit, it's neither the defensive end or conversely the
Attacking end.
offensive or attacking, yeah? So it's...
In football, yeah, I was going to say in football that would be like the midfield.
Yeah, so it's we call it the neutral because it's neither defensive or offensive. We call it the neutral zone. Okay? So, the infringements. The first one is offside, right? The puck can't enter the offensive zone. The player can't, an attacking player can't enter the offensive zone prior to the puck. So the puck carrier has to take the puck in first before anyone, or it has to be fired in. Okay? The second one is the attacking, so it's all attacking. Right? The linesman called attacking. The puck can't travel unassisted from the red line in the centre across the attacking goal line. Okay, so it can't cover, you can't basically, we call it dump. You can't dump the puck from the red line. Okay? If either of them 2 things happen, there's a stop in play, and this is what's called a face-off. In field hockey it's a bully off or whatever. But you actually set up again, and you set up the zone back from where the offensive end took. So if it's an offside, what happens on the blue line, where do you think the face-off would be?
On the blue line?
Just inside, in the neutral zone. So if the puck goes in the neutral zone, where do you think that if it goes back over, which zone will it be in? So the infringement happens in the neutral zone, and you travel back a zone, it happens in the defensive zone. Right, so it restarts play, so you lose progression. Okay, so got a little bit of a quiz. So I spoke about 2 linesman infringements. What do you think? Can you remember what they both are?
Offside.
Yeah. And Lisa? Yeah.
I don't know.
Right, so we spoke, it's the one that I'm looking for is the one where we dump the puck. So it's got to travel from the centre line and it's...
Icing.
There you go. So I've actually, what I've done is I've actually put the missing words in the bottom. So you'll actually notice on the bottom,
Okay.
I'm dyslexic, so I actually like to see the words.
Yeah.
So then you can pop them in, so it might give you a little bit of a reminder. So, do you want to have a go at the first sentence and see if you can fill in those blanks and then we'll review them? I picked the longest sentence as well. Can you give that first sentence?
I think so.
It's just where it says the goals counted. That's where we're going to finish with that one. So, Lisa, it's on the top of your tongue, so do you want to say what the first one is?
Icing.
Yep. Occurs when an attacking player shoots the puck.
Puck.
Across both the...
Red centre line.
Yeah, and the opposing team's...
Goal line.
Yeah. And the puck remains untouched. That's the important thing. Neither the defenceman or another attacking player actually touches the puck. Okay? So it's like a long ball, if you like, that's not intercepted. There is a... The linesman has the ability to wave it off if they think that somebody can get to it or the goaltender actually moves. So that's what that next one's saying. They actually have to say that there's like a little area that's normally marked in blue on the ice called the crease, and if they move outside of the crease, that's waved off, and there's actually a signal where they'll actually wave it off so everybody on the ice, or they'll shout no is the other thing that they actually do. There's an exception, right? And it's a tactical exception. If there's a penalty on the play, a player's removed from the ice, okay, and they're actually deterred. They're on the short-handed play, okay, and you're actually allowed to ice the puck. So you can ice the puck and you can go in for a change and get some fresh legs out there. And it means the attacking player team who've got the advantage have actually got to go back, get the puck and bring it back. Alright, so that the next sentence, which is the major exception, if you want to have a go at filling those three. That's what I would do. I've tried to mix them up to try and... Lisa, do you have any questions? Can I help?
No, I'm just trying to pick the right words, that's all. I was looking for a word that's not there.
But put it into your own words if that helps at all. I don't want to restrict you into it.
Just that one. The middle one is what we're
Yeah,
doing,
just that one, yeah, because then we're going to go on to offside. So, I've just talked about the major exception, so that's when the team's short-handed. Do you understand what short-handed means?
Yeah.
So if they announce that at MK that Adam scored a short-handed goal, you know that they're actually on the penalty kill.
Yeah.
So they're actually down to 3 or 4 men.
Yeah.
And know what's happened. So there's another thing that you've learned. So a team trying to kill a penalty may legally ice the puck, which is the next one.
Yeah, I would have said dunk.
Because I've said that
Yeah,
word.
absolutely.
Yeah. So they're actually allowed to ice the puck. A team on the power play, so then the team with the advantage, must still follow the
Offside.
icing rules. Offside always applies. So we're going to quickly recap the offside rule. What has to travel into the blue, across the blue line first? The puck. So do you think you're able to fill in the next one?
Yeah.
Seems so long, but it's like 60 seconds. So, if we recap on that one, the play is...
Offside?
Yeah. If a player of an attacking team enters the...
Offensive.
Yeah, perfect. Before the puck, unless it's carried there by the defending player. So the defending player can bring it back. Yeah, so if we just basically recap on that. The 3 zones, we have this is line of play. So,
Defensive.
yep,
Neutral.
yep,
Offensive.
cool. So, who patrols the blue lines?
Linesman.
Yeah, kind of in the answer. So the referee calls the major infringements, so the hacking, slashing, hooking, tripping, he calls those, and the linesman basically makes sure that the lines of play are correct. The centre line, what colour is it?
Red.
Cool. And what can't travel from the red line to the goal line without being touched?
Puck.
And what is it if it is?
Icing.
Cool. Do you think in real terms in a game that you would recognise those now? Did you know them before?
Yes.
I didn't, and I almost want to go to a game now.
I'm inspired you to go to a game and learn more rules.
If you can spot it, because it is a really fast-moving game, if once you actually train your eye to see the puck, you can recognise when the calls are to be made.
Yeah.
But it is really quick.
Yeah, it is the fastest sport in the world, which is why I love it.
Yeah,
it's physical,
absolutely.
it's fast and everything. But yeah, if you can follow, you learn to follow the puck, and I actually see the puck go into the place before it goes to.
Yeah.
Like about 10 seconds before I know where it's going to go, and that's just because I've watched it so much. But from a young child I knew those rules because of my involvement. And it does, if you can go, this is my first time at hockey, but you've said that rule wrong, it would be so awesome. Any questions on the layout of the ice? No? A face-off. Do you want me to tell you what a face-off is as soon as I referred to it? Basically, you line up, if these are the attacking players, so if, we'll recap on this, the icing, where do you think the face-off, if it goes back a zone?
Would it be in the defensive zone?
Yeah. So this is these face-off dots. So you have face-off dots. There's 9 of them, up and down the rink, and then in the middle. That is purely for when a goal has been scored, or same as football, beginning of the period. If the referee makes a mistake, it goes to there, or if there's a goal scored. So I'll show you the defensive end, how it would be set up very quickly. So we've got a winger, centre, winger, defenceman and defenceman, and that's how it would be set up in there. So I'll go back to a face-off. Are you happy with what you've learned? Yeah. You can take that away and observe it during a game now and
Quote the rules to my other half and annoy him.
you're not breaking the offside rules. I've empowered you. Thank you very much for listening.
Thank you very much, Heather.